Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I will customize this VW Golf Mark II. It is a car that I've customized a few years ago and now it is time to repaint it again. There are two types of custom cars on my collection. The first ones are the high-end ones, which I don't give them to my son to play with. And the second ones are the ones that meant to be played with, and they are more fun because I don't mind them to have any scratches or damage. Now let's take this Baja truck as an example of a playable custom. It is a very strong car with suspension, very fun to play with, and I don't mind getting it damaged because I can repaint it again. So the same thing is going to happen with this one. It is going to be repainted and I'm going to add suspension for it, and it is going to be a very fun car to play with. When I've started customized cars a few years ago, I had only one type of custom cars which weren't supposed to be played with. Since I have my kid with me, he shows interest in my cars. I decided I will make special playable custom cars for him to play with and also for me. This Golf is going to be one of these custom cars. You can see that I've made some room for the wheels to travel in, and now I have to deal with this base. I have to trim off the tabs that were holding the wheels in place. After I'll finish removing the tabs with my Dremel, I will start to fabricate a suspension part from a measuring tape. After dealing with the base, it is time to take care of the wheels. I need a smaller space between the tires. I need a smaller gap. Therefore, I'm removing this tiny part here, and then I will be able to gain more, or let's say less distance between the tires. This arrangement of smaller gap between the tires will allow the wheels to travel inside the fenders, and therefore this car will have more suspension travel. Now I'm going to make a little test and see if the distance is correct and what else I need to do in order to gain the highest amount of travel. Now let's have a look at what travel this car is supposed to have after I will finish customizing it. And now I'm going to create the suspension mechanism out of this very simple part. It is a part of a measuring tape, but I don't need this function. You see here it is the locking function, and it will stiffen the suspension unless I will eliminate this function. Once again, you can see I'm trying to use my right hand only, since my left hand is too weak right now. It is a little bit of trial and error, but I'm pretty sure you will get a hang of it after you'll try it yourself. Now here's another important thing. And the base is not straight, so I have to follow the shape and the profile of the base because I need maximum engagement of this part on the axles. So I gave it a very special shape in order to accomplish this goal. Originally, the parts that I'm cutting right now are the ones that support the axles from collapsing into the body. We don't need them right now because they will interfere with the movement of each axle. Once I'll see everything is okay, I will add a drop of hot glue at the middle of this yellow spring, and then I will attach the brown plastic interior part. Therefore, if I will need to take off the parts, the spring will be attached to the interior part permanently, and I will not have to adjust the spring or its place again. From my experience, if you will not attach the suspension part to the base or to the interior part on top of it, if the car will fall to the ground, the spring will move, and then one of the wheels will lose its suspension ability. So it is better for you to secure this spring in some way to the base or to the part on top of it. At this point, I highly recommend you to do all the testings and see if the suspension is working okay before the painting process, because you will not be able to do any changes after it. About the paint itself, since this car is going to be a playable custom car, I'm not going to put all my effort in the painting process. It is going to be very basic. So I went with this very simple blue and white color scheme, and I've added decals and some racing numbers And here it is. I've decided to go with plastic tires instead of rubber ones because I don't want to waste my high-end wheels on this simple car. And second is that I prefer the plastic wheels for the orange tracks. They perform better. I really wanted to show you how the suspension is working, but since the car was freshly painted, I don't want to damage the paint by pressing hard against the roof. So I will wait a few hours and then maybe I will show you how the suspension is working. Here's the rear view of this car. It is detailed and you have also nice details up front. The choice of yellow wheels at the back and black ones up front is no accident. I've decided to go with this arrangement because I think it adds more realism to the racing style of this car. I think this car came out really nice and it is a nice addition for me and also for my son. It is going to be very fun to play with this car and also photo shoot it for some racing action shots. So please let me know what do you think about it. I know it is not the highest quality and that is because my left hand, but overall I think it is a very nice addition. Thanks for watching and I will see you soon. Take care. Bye bye.